All right. This is a quick tutorial to show you around the new LeadStar platform powered by EnrollHere to actually show you how you as a team admin can get access to all the new features and how to get around. The first thing you want to do is go to login.leadstarhub.com and you will land at this page here. You'll put in your email address here. Please make sure that you already got the invite, that you have an account set up. So now when you're here, you just put your email in, you will press continue. We will send you an email to the email you put in there. You accept it or you press sign in. You will come back to this page. This will verify you. You don't need a password. All you need is access to your email. When you do this, you will get access to this environment. Now, one thing you can do, you can press on the management tab on Teams, and you will immediately see all the teams in the hierarchy you have access to, which is cool because it can be multi-layered here too. Now, what you could do here, for example, is add a new team in the hierarchy, put that team in there, play around with it, create the structure however you want it and how it makes sense for you. Now, if you want to invite someone, if you want to check on who's already invited, you would go to invite staff. You would see all your agents here where you can look into the details here. You can see all of them and which tags they have. So basically to which teams you've already created they belong to. Now, if you want to invite another team admin here, you would just say invite admin. You would go in, put in the name, and then obviously you would select if that admin has access to everyone or just a subset of the teams you have access to. Press invite. And they would get an invite. Now, if you want to invite agents into your teams, all you would do is invite agents and you would get, again, your hierarchy here and you can just go through it here, copy those links, copy that link, send that to the agent. They will go also to the login.leadstarhub.com site or app.leadstarhub.com, but with the big difference when they sign up, they will automatically sign up as an agent and they will automatically get assigned to your team. Another thing where we can go here is the payments tab. So let's go into the payments, open that up. The payment section is for everything that's transactions related when it comes to money and balances and so on. So you could actually look at all your transactions. You can add funds to all the different wallets and accounts you have, but I actually want to look at balances here. You always see your overall total balance you have for all the teams that you have access to. You could elapse here and look at all your downline teams and their wallets, but we want to look at this top level wallet here. You always see how much money is left there. You always see how much you've assigned and how much is still available. Again, you can add funds here. You can also hit that button here, which says transfer funds and transfer funds like to other wallets you have access to, or maybe even if that's something you want to do, transfer the funds over to an agent account. One thing that I want to focus on here are the allowances, because that's a really, really good and interesting way how you as a team admin, how you're able to distribute funds to your agents in a really smart way, where you don't just send someone, I don't know, $200 to an agent's personal wallet and then they can spend it however they want to. But if they don't spend it, you need to take it back. Where allowances is a way for you to create what it already says, an allowance. So you say create allowance. You can select multiple team members or just one. You say, what is the total allowance that I'm giving out to that agent or to all the agents I've selected? Now here, let's say we make an allowance of $200. We make it a one-time allowance. We say for which categories is it? Is it appointments? Is it just for the dialer? So for inbound leads, or is it for both? You could even limit it to just specific queues, to specific tags where you say, I'm only doing this for Spanish calls. I'm only doing this for Medicare. I'm only doing this for ACA and final expense. Whatever you want to do, you can basically go in here and say, when is the agent allowed to spend that money here? And then you can add a percentage here. How much of every transaction that happens are you helping out? Are you basically spending that allowance on? So when an agent takes a call, that's $20 and you would have that setting here. The agent would take that call and $10, because you're making a 50% is what you basically contribute from that transaction. The agent would pay $10 from their personal wallet, and this team wallet here would spend another $10. for that call that costs $20. You could also make it 100%, then the whole $20 would come from this wallet here, where it's a one-time allowance. So whenever that $200 is spent, the agent will not be able to spend more than that, which is now a really good way to give funds to agents. But if they don't use it, it's easy for you to take them back and actually track what is spent by agent, because here you can now see how that allowance is there. And obviously this bar here would fill itself the more from that allowance here is spent. You can also see how this here adjusted, where now you obviously have still this amount of money in your wallet, but you have a total allowance of $200 here right now. So you have $254 in this example that you can assign out more, because that agent could now spend those $200 over a day. And then obviously your team wallet here would go down. Now, let's actually go where the magic happens, which is the dialer. What you're looking at right now is overseeing multiple agents that you have access to. You can see who's in call, who is waiting, who is in pause. You can see their wait times, their talk times. You can see which queues are they taking calls from. And what's cool, you can always click on an agent if you want to get more information. It will tell you how long was that agent logged in today, how many calls were taken, how many of those were billable, what's their close rate, what's their cost per acquisition, talk time, wait time, pause time, wrap-up time, all that stuff. You obviously also see immediately which tags or which teams that agent belongs to. So if you're not sure, hey, who is that agent, where is that agent from, you click it and you immediately see the team that agent is assigned to. You also see which queues is that agent opted in. So let's say an agent has long wait times and is just opted into one queue. You might want to suggest that agent because you see it here immediately to maybe opt into more queues. Or you also see, hey, what's the states that agent is licensed in? So you might want to reach out. In this specific case here, it's just one state. So you could suggest taking more states or getting licensed in more states. Now, this is the whole real-time part of it. What you can now also do is you go into calls and analysis, and it will show you, now we've just selected all, but you could also do last 7 days, last 30 days, yesterday, today, and it will basically show you all the stats you need. How many billable calls were taken, how many sales, what's your cost per acquisition, what's your cost per acquisition overall, how are you performing, how is your team performing overall on different queues, how are they performing on English, raw calls, final expense, Medicare, and so on. How is each individual team performing from a cost per acquisition standpoint? How are your teams performing in different states? You can always elapse that and go detailed and go granular and just see how you're doing overall. And then, of course, you can see how is each individual agent performing that you're overseeing, so you can reach out, make suggestions, and see what's going on. Another cool thing you can do is really just go into call logs, go through the calls, see who took what. You can always press the info button here, see how the money was spent on that call, see who took the call basically and how long the conversation was. And then you can also go to compliance. We are storing every single call for 10 years, so you don't have to worry about anything there, which is cool. But this also gives us the opportunity to take those calls, know the calls that are sales, take them and score them with a compliance model. We do that for Medicare, ACA, and final expense, where obviously Medicare is the most important one here. You can now see here how we're scoring or how we're showing 9 categories. We're actually scoring on 28 different metrics that align with how CMS and the carriers are scoring calls, but we show here in this simple view 9 overall categories that help the agents, but also you to easily oversee and take action if something isn't right. And this basically gives you full oversight over, again, all of your teams. How are they doing compliance-wise in each category? So you immediately see, hey, where are my problem children? Where do I need to maybe put in some training effort? Where do I need to reach out? Because something isn't how it's supposed to be. And obviously, as always, you can see it on the team level, but you can also see it on an agent level. And then you can also see it on a call level here, which is also super helpful if you really want to go deep. Now, this is everything call related on the LeadStar platform. Agents can also put in availability to get appointments scheduled. So what they can do is they can come to the appointment section here, or you can come to the appointment section here and actually see all the appointments that are scheduled, that are upcoming, that already have dispositions. So you just see what's going on there and have an oversight over everything there. And you can also make sure that they are dispositioning the appointments that already happened properly. So just that the system learns and knows to actually give appointments and leads to the agents that they are most likely to have a long relationship with. Another quick thing I thought makes sense to point out here, you have the agent settings, which you also can always come to, because it basically just shows you everything we've seen already on the live view side, but a little more detailed, where you now can see the agent's detail, their states, Medicare, life, health, their personal phone number, how they have it set up, the queues they're in. But also you can add and edit the call cap settings for the agent, which they can also set themselves, but that can be a really good way for you to assist them to just cap them at 10 billable calls, or cap them at 10 billable calls, and then they can continue taking calls if their cost per acquisition stays below $150, and just a way for you to assist the agents better. I think that has been it from my side for the quick overview. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out. Looking forward to having you on the platform, and see you there.